Welcome back, everybody. It's another week, but this one probably a little short week. It's November 19th, 2018. I'm Chris McCleary for your daily CIRF report. We're looking for the biggest collective influence that might be affecting the way you think, feel, and behave. And then later on, we'll talk about how to surf that energy. CIRF being CIRF because it's the collective influence report. All right, astrology. And by the way, 12 days of work. I can't believe I did it. And then 2 days off feels like a vacation. But we're back at it again. And today we have number 19, which is lofty ideals. Very independent. It can be very creative and ingenious. But as you get off into the too much of it, it's kind of controlling from a distance because it's more aloof than anything. It has a tad bit of aloofness in it. So you may be not physically distant, you might be emotionally, mentally distant from the people or situation that you're trying to control. All right, that is far, well, I won't say far different, but it is substantially different than this positive, potentially positive outcome from the square that I have. Now that sounded contradictory. Squares typically are challenging aspects, and this is no different. But there's an opportunity here in this square between Mars and Jupiter. And the influence is just taking risks and potentially big achievement. It is impulsive, and that matches the moon over in Aries. And but it's daring and it's very courageous. It has, just a little bit of politicking in there. It'd rather just be raw and very defenseful. So it's not particularly one of those energies that you go out and use for the offensive. It's more of a defensive posture. And here's why, or here's an additional reason why I say that, because we're going to look at the dream bot here. I have two memes, and the memes are the challenge in red and success in blue. Red is what you're avoiding: demons, suicide, blood, evasion, submit, hidden, supposedly, and shock. This is the challenge. This is what you are being challenged with. And then look at the collective psyche. This collective dreams show us that there is success inside of all this challenge. And helicopter, cheerful. Helicopter is kind of rising above it. And there's the attack helicopters as well. Cheerful, might as in power, easier, step, health, intention, finding, lead, safe, good. So very, very positive stuff here. And I'm going to put it all together after this. Get your surfboards on. We're going to go surfing. And here's what we have today. We have the underdog. The dude on the left is clearly outmatched by the dude on the right, but this is, if you're the dude on the left, it looks like you're going to fail. Everyone says you're failing, but today's energy says not so fast. And again, going back to the numerology and that square, there's an element of creativity. So thinking out of the box is the way that this is going to go down. And then you have the Aries Moon that's got the kind of impulsive warrior on your side. Okay, so now how do we surf all this energy? The energy there is not necessarily to protect you, although it is. The energy there is to pound through all the challenges, all the walls, the brick walls that have been placed before you in the past. And so what I'd like to do you to do before you start this day is to think about the things that you have chosen to just kind of put off to the side because it's too hard. It's going to take too long. It's going to take too many resources. I'm going to have to think and plan too much. These are the perfect projects to be working on today. The ones that you've been getting rid of all this time. And I'm sorry, I was hearing some birds outside. I thought it was somebody talking. All right, got a little distracted here. But you pound through these things today so that you can finally, for once and for all, break through those old barriers. And it doesn't have to be the projects that other people say that you're not going to succeed in. We do this way too much for ourselves anyway. We have a vision and you say, oh, I don't deserve that. Or I can't do that, or that's just too hard, or it's going to require too much work. That's the one that you want to tackle today. Then if you're one of those that has none of those projects for some reason, then just go about today with a little bit more confidence that if something comes up in your experience that kind of makes you feel like this guy on the left, then you should be able to tap into the Aries fire and the Mars energy and the Jupiter good fortune to pound through that obstacle or defeat the giant in the biblical sense, and power out some successes today. Today is the day of the underdog. And I don't want you to be looking for ways that you're the underdog or anything, but feel a little bit more confident. This is the day to really make the positive progress that you've been wanting all along. Okay, and especially in those areas that you already gave up on before you even started. All right, go out and do it. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful underdog day. Thanks, everybody.